Senators, when I am at home in my district, the number one question I get is, why aren't we keeping our children in school? Why, when one child tests positive and my child never tests positive, never shows a symptom, are they all sent home? Last year, the Department of Education told us that the MAP assessment scores, quote, showed pronounced learning loss for younger students, especially in mathematics. We know our children are falling behind when they're not in the classroom. Yet, DHEC has an entire policy built around pulling children who are asymptomatic out of the classroom every day and keeping them at home from anywhere from 7 to 14 days. North Carolina, just to the north of us, North Carolina just adopted a new policy. They said schools should no longer require students and school employees to stay home after an exposure. If you don't test positive or show symptoms, you should be in the classroom. It's an end to contact tracing. North Carolina announced our goal is to keep children in the classroom. There was a time in South Carolina when you were sick, you stayed home. If you were well, you went to school. The time for that is to return. I am calling upon the governor and the Department of Health and Environmental Control to end contact tracing.
Senator from Newberry, what purpose do you rise?
See if the senator would yield for a question.
I will.
Senator yields for a question.
Senator, along those lines with the contact tracing and all, did you know that I received a call last week from a school nurse? She was sort of at her wit's end. And just several years ago, it hadn't been that long now, that we tried to put a school nurse basically in every school. And did you know that she was considering resigning from her position? And she said that she'd already had 3 friends that had resigned from their positions because of the contact tracing. She said that what she was being forced to do was when these kids, one of them tests positive, then she was being forced, I think, to have to call all the parents in that class and a lot of others in school, like anywhere that they sat close to somebody in the lunchroom, then all those kids in the lunchroom at the same time. And did you know, I checked with DHEC. Now, they haven't got back to me on it yet, but they claim that you only have to contact trace the person sitting in front, the one behind, one on the left, one on the right. I haven't been able to verify that yet. But did you know that we're losing employees because of the undue amount of pressure and stress that is being placed upon them to have to do this work for DHEC?
Senator, we're losing nurses, we're losing teachers. What we've created in South Carolina is a system. We're pitting parents versus teachers, parents versus schools. Literally, if you are teaching 26-year-olds, how do you know who sat in front of them, on the side of them, and behind them all day long? What they're doing is they're taking the entire classroom and they're pushing them out. We know that in-person is better than virtual. In-person is better than sitting at home. Yet we send kids there's nothing wrong with them, and we ask nurses and teachers to be police officers for the Department of Health and Environmental Control, and this belief that we can somehow contain this. The pandemic is serious, but it is time to move beyond it and make sure our children are in the classroom. I agree with you, Senator. Thank you.